I feel very fatherly to you, like he would have raised you and been a part of your life in that way.
Yes.
You see? Okay,
Yes.
your mom's still in the world?
Yes.
Good. And you see here, you very much got to say your goodbyes with this man. You
Yes.
see this? And I also feel here that at the time of his passing, when he takes his last breath, you would have been right there, you see? And I want to
Yes.
say as well that there's a feeling of holding my hand, being very close to me at that time. You see that? I want to recognize, and I want to go back to some of the information I've shared, that this was a bigger man in his lifetime, but there's a feeling of towards the end he actually dropped a great deal of weight. You
Yes.
understand? So there's a feeling of him only being kind of a skeletal version of who he once was. You understand
Yes.
that? Because I feel this man drops pounds and pounds and pounds. And he's saying he's never been that thin in his entire life. You see? He was never a thin man, but towards the end he finally got it down. That's the feeling
Yes.
I get. And he had a lot of humor. You see this? A lot of humor because he's very self-deprecating about this. That
Yes.
feels to be very strong there as well. I want to recognize that he speaks too of a connection very much to his mother, but his mother must also be in the spirit. Do you see that?
No.
She's here. Hold on one second. He talks about a very strong connection to his mother that I need to speak of. Do you see here then that this lady would have trouble walking on her own at the moment?
Yes.
Or she would not be able to stand up in that way?
Yes.
See? Okay. Then that's who he's recognizing, because he brings me the image of his mother who would now have great hip problems, great leg problems, you see,
Yeah.
and must need replacements of joints. You understand
Yes.
this? And I feel that he is recognizing that he has actually been there through her journey with that on the spirit side. So I feel when he was here in the physical world, she hadn't had those surgeries yet, or
Yes.
hadn't done that yet. But I know that from the other side, he has seen it, okay? He has seen it. I know as well that she must have had a surgery that didn't go as planned or went kind of wrong. Do you see that? It feels like
Yes.
either the joint didn't take or like something didn't take.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
And he's wanting to recognize as well that this is going to get better. He wants her to keep the faith because I feel she's become very depressed about this. You understand that?
Okay.
So he's recognizing to her, I am around, Mom. I'm going to take care of you. Okay, and that feels very, very
Yes.
important. I know here with this man that he likes to eat. He likes to eat a lot in life, and good food is important to him. And it feels like, there's such intestinal problems towards the end of his life.
Yes.
That there's a real feeling of having to eat almost baby food or having to be given IVs. You see, and would you understand the baby food as well? Because I want to recognize also people feeding him for him. You
Yes.
understand? And I know he says, I'm back to my health, I'm back to being good. Don't worry about me, I've got my weight back on. But I know that's very important. He's kind of proud of it. He's like, I earned these pounds. But I know that he is recognizing of being, once again, good, good, good. I want to recognize, too, okay, interesting. Okay. In his lifetime, I know at one point he must have been married. You see this?
Yes.
But do you see that there were actually 2 women he loved?
Yes.
Okay. And that's not a surprise to the family, right? Okay, good.
No.
It's like sometimes I'm like, oh, don't make me. But I know there must have been 2 women he cared for deeply, 2 he married, or 2 he was in relationships with, you see?
Yes.
And I know that there's love for both, but I know that the split from one was quite traumatic or horrible, you see?
Yes.
And I feel like family really took their sides, you see that? And I want to recognize as well that he has forgiven, all right, and has gotten over it, is what he wants to recognize there too. But I feel like he's such a good-humored man in life, you wouldn't even know it had ever bothered him. You see that? Okay. And so I know he recognizes for you as well. One of the ladies that you're with, because you are with multiple people, you see?
Yes.
Do you see that one of you has also lost a child to the spirit world? Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. Because I know he brings forward a child there, all right? And I know that he wants to recognize that this child is also with him, okay? Also with him. Now, you have another child, too, you see, in the world. This is not your only child on the other side, but he wants to recognize very much so that he's got this baby for you, okay? Got this baby for you. Takes care of it, and will make sure that it's in good hands that until you yourself are also on the other side, which will take a long time, so don't worry, okay? And it feels to me very much so that he, one of his reasons for coming in tonight is to let you know that they're not on their own. Okay, they're not on their own. Now, do you see here that there's also a little boy in the world? Do you see? That would be your son, you see? Because I know that they recognize of being around your son. And it feels to me here, too, that you just need to know that you are a terrific mother. I don't know why, but I don't know if you've been wondering that recently or been very scared that you're not doing a good job. But I want to recognize for you that you're actually a tremendously amazing mother, okay? And I want to say here, too, just before I go, you feel like you didn't get time with your child that's passed. You see that there was no time, like a baby. That's the feeling. No time. All the same, this child is your child, all right? So never question that. Still your baby, because you feel it in your heart, you see? And I know in that same way, they come around you and they're very connected to you, all right? So thank you guys so much. I know that they're together, and I know they send you all their love.
Thank you. Thank you. Amazing.
Yeah,
Amazing. It's speechless.
yes, it definitely is.
Yeah.
This is our first time doing this, and
We're kind of skeptic when we first came in here, and in my mind, I asked for signs that I knew would connect directly to him, and everything she brought up was exactly what I asked for
on
him to
point.
answer.
Yes, he was like, she was on point with everything, delivering the message, everything. It was amazing. I mean, she made me cry, which is something I don't do often. The closure that I have walking out of here is amazing. And
Priceless.
It's priceless, 100%. And I think that if anybody ever has any questions, this is definitely something they have to do.
Yeah.
They definitely do. If they have somebody who's crossed over, this is something that they have to do. Definitely.
Amazing experience.
Yes.